Hello everyone, this is Lincolnus Prime, and today we'll be taking a look at the S.H.MonsterArts 2021 Godzilla and Kong from the 2021 legendary film Godzilla vs. Kong. And before we take a look at the figures, as always, we'll be taking a look at the packaging. Basically, we're going to be starting off with Godzilla's box. I'm just going to move that out of the way. Basically, here we have Godzilla's box. This is the bigger box, and honestly, in my opinion, the better box, because, Godzilla is better than Kong, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, so basically on the front we have Godzilla. You get the title Godzilla vs. Kong. You get Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. You get the legendary logo, the Toho logo, and the anniversary sticker that you usually get. You get the S.H.MonsterArts logo and the MonsterVerse logo, and as well as just some of the other stuff like Bandai. On the side, you get Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong 2021 and a picture of Godzilla. On the other side, you get basically just another something similar but in a different color. And on the back, we get the clamshell and the plastic where the figure was on the inside, as well as some promo shots of the figure. Get nothing on the bottom except for the title and the S.H.MonsterArts logo, and on the top you get, well, pretty much the same thing, as well as like the title and the S.H.MonsterArts logo. So that's about it for this box. Taking a look at Kong's box, basically, this one has the image of Kong, which it looks pretty cool in my opinion. You get everything else you got, but this is a little bit smaller. On the side, you get Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. You get the same thing on the other side, as well as a picture of Kong. On the back, you get some promo images of Kong, just some poses you could get him in, as well as the clamshell. Nothing on the bottom except for the title and the S.H.MonsterArts logo, and same thing on the top, as well as like a little open window. So as far as the boxes go, that's about it. And moving right along, here we have the S.H.MonsterArts Godzilla and Kong out of the packaging, and I gotta say, these figures look absolutely amazing. There are some problems I have with the Godzilla figure, actually, which is a bit ironic considering that I prefer Godzilla over Kong, but I'm just gonna get those out of the way, so I'm just gonna move Kong over here. Basically, on the Godzilla figure, my only problem with it is, well, one famous problem is that when you open the mouth, it looks like he was just brushing his teeth, so I just call him Toothpaste Lizard. And I guess some of the blue on the dorsal plates, like the blue, like I kind of, this more of like a tealish blue. This looks absolutely amazing, but I wish it could have been maybe a different choice of blue in my opinion. And some of the other just problems I have with this is the head. I feel like the jaw might be a little too far out, but it's not too noticeable. And then I feel like the eyebrows are a little more, I feel like they should be out just a little bit more when it comes to the head. But overall, like, the head looks fine in my opinion. Everything else as well. The other problem I do have is this tail. This is a bit loose right here in pretty much the last couple of segments, which is a bit of a disappointment, but it is a multi-segmented tail, so it probably just has, a little bit of problem holding all that weight up. But I don't have any other problems. Like, when I got this figure out of the box, I didn't have any parts fall off on me. Nothing really, just disintegrated in my hand. So I have really no problems with this figure in terms of quality control. I do have a little bit of paint scuffage right here on the nose, but it's not too entirely noticeable. But overall, this is, I think, the better figure. Now moving on to the Kong figure, just going over this guy. The problem I have with this guy is, well, yeah. So basically, this is on a ball joint, but this ball joint right here, let me see. Okay, so basically when it goes in, it's not a very tight fit, so this can like come off very easily. So if you have the Kong figure, look out for this problem on them. I also, another thing is like, someone I know, if you have heard of him, his name is Spinozilla Saurian on YouTube. And his Kong figure absolutely just disintegrated because he tried to fix it because there was some tight spots right here in like the torso and the leg area. So that's another thing I recommend you look out for, and that's something that I've been trying to be careful on with this figure particularly. So I think out of the two, I think you need to be more careful with the Kong figure. But just kind of getting all that out of the way, like the detail on this guy is amazing. I kind of like the brown and black wash that they have on this guy. I feel like the face might be a little too dark, but it's not too insanely bad. Everything else, like you get this nice fur detail, and just everything else on the back. And the articulation's fine on this guy. Same thing with Godzilla. I almost forgot to go over the detail on this guy. You have this nice, just rough detail on Godzilla. It looks really nice. You get all the scaly texture and the detail. You get all the swirly effects on the dorsal plates, which looks absolutely amazing. The entire just like look of the figure feels like accurate, maybe like except for just parts of the head, but everything else is like insanely movie accurate, which I appreciate. But yeah, so detail on both of these guys are really good in my opinion. Now, in terms of articulation, mainly on the Godzilla figure, basically it mostly consists of ball joints and segments. So basically, you get a ball joint at the head, which allows it to look up this far and down that far. You get a hinge joint at the mouth, so it can open up about that wide, and the mouth is also on a ball joint. There's nothing at the tongue, which they usually have on SH, but I think it was just because the tongue was too small, so that's not a huge problem. This part right here is on a ball joint, so this can kind of look down and go up that far, and as well as a little bit of side to side, actually a little bit more side to side than up and down, so that's pretty cool. This section right here is on a segment, but it's kind of like right in here, connected to this these three dorsal plates right here. Then you have a ball joint here and here, but you kind of have to shift this up a little bit to get it to go down. So basically, kind of crunches down at least this much before everything kind of stops, and I don't want to break anything. So that's actually pretty good in my opinion. You can pull off some really cool poses, and if you have like an atomic breath piece, you could kind of pull off that pose that he had when he was basically drilling a hole in the hollow earth. So that's pretty cool. When it comes to the arms, basically there's a ball joint in the shoulder, so this can go all the way around like so. This can go out just a little bit like that and in a little bit more like so. There is a double joint at the elbow, so this can go up fairly decently. It's a little hard to find some of the joints in here, so kind of makes it a little difficult to pose, but it's not too bad. So there's a bend in the elbow, and then there is a ball joint in the wrist, or actually a double ball joint. So this can kind of swivel around like so, like all the way, as well as this and that. So that's pretty good. Basically right here for the legs, you have a ball joint right here, so the legs can go out about that far, which is pretty cool. They can go all the way around, but I don't want to do that just in terms of like, you know, scratching the paint, because I don't want to mess with any of the paint on this guy. The knees are bendable. They're on a double joint, so you don't get too much posability out of the knees, but that's okay. You get a ball joint here, so this allows for some movement and also helps like the ankle, so you could probably just kind of pull off some more wide stances, which looks really cool. Then there's a segment right here which basically connects the tail to the body. So basically this tail is almost fully segmented. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 segments. So that's pretty good. It allows for some nice posability. You just don't want to pull it, kind of push it too far, because this might pop off the ball joint. So just be aware of that. But you can get some nice dynamic poses out of this guy. So that's pretty good for this guy. I think the articulation is what it should be for a Godzilla figure, especially for SH. And I think this is pretty good. Now, in terms of articulation on the Kong figure, it's way different because it's a different figure. But basically, you get a ball joint in the head, so it can look up about that far and down about this far before the beard kind of stops at the chest. It can go all the way around, but I don't want to force it too much. Then there's a ball joint at the neck, so it kind of shifts down. You could have a little giggity giggity. That's a Mecha Gaikotsu reference. Basically, you have a ball joint at the torso, so it could swivel just a little bit. It could go up about this far and down about that far, which is pretty good. There's another ball joint in this section right here, so this can also go down and up and also side to side. And then there's another ball joint in this section right here, so this can shift and kind of go side to side a little bit. On the arms, basically, you get a ball joint in the shoulder, so it can go up about that far and down about that far. It can go all the way around full 360. You get a pivot in the shoulder, which is connected on a ball joint, so this can go around just a little bit like so. There's some movement in the elbows, so the elbows are able to go up about this far, but you can't really, oh, well, anyways, you can't really go up too far, so that's not a big deal. Basically, the hand, which you just saw, is on a ball joint, so it can swivel around, and these sections right here can also swivel, so that's pretty good. Popping this back on, there we go. And you get the same thing on the other arm. For the legs, I'm going to do this leg because this does not want to pop off, which is a good thing. Basically, you get a ball joint in here, so that allows for some movement there, as well as a little bit of back, not too much. There's a double bend at the knee, which goes pretty far, as well as some little segments in the ankle, and there's articulation in the feet, so that's pretty good for this guy. So articulation on Kong is pretty good, not gonna lie. Now, in terms of accessories for the Kong figure, I'm going to be going over these first before Godzilla because there's a lot more to cover here. I'll get to that in a minute. So basically, you get a regular head right here with the closed mouth and just kind of the calm face. You get the battle face right here, and that looks really cool. You have some nice painted detail on the tongue and on the teeth, which looks really good. Basically, you get multiple hands. You get two holding hands for the axe. You get these two crawling position hands right here. You get these two relaxed hands and two fisted hands, as long with a very nice looking dorsal plate axe. Honestly, though, I do wish that they painted the dorsal plate the same blue that they did on the Godzilla figure, but that's not a huge deal considering that this isn't Godzilla's. It belongs to, I believe, Dagon, but this looks really cool in my opinion. So basically that's the accessories for Kong. Now, in terms of accessories for the Godzilla figure, this is all you get. You don't get an atomic breath piece, which, come on, Bandai, you could at least include that, because this is like the one movie where Godzilla like has his atomic breath a little bit more, especially with his attacks against Kong, but I don't know. Basically, you get two relaxed hands and two attack claw type hands, and these look pretty cool in my opinion. So yeah, so that's about it for Godzilla. And just for the heck of it, here's some poses that you can pull off with the Kong figure. So here's this pose. Here I have him posed with his axe, and that looks sick. And here I have him posed with Godzilla in that classic battleship fight pose, so that looks really cool. And Godzilla, you can get into some really cool looking poses like this, as well as his King of the Monsters looking up atomic breath pose, except, you know, minus the atomic breath, but that still looks really cool. And you could get him into the crawling pose. And now, in terms of comparison with the S.H.MonsterArts Godzilla, here we have the NECA Godzilla 2014, my last review. Here I have him next to the high-grade Gundam Death Scythe, which I'll probably be reviewing soon, and the NECA Burning Godzilla, which I will be doing a review on very soon.
And you get the idea.
And my final comments on these guys, I absolutely love these figures. These have to be probably my favorite figures from pretty much, like, I don't know, any brand that I've reviewed so far. You know, when it comes to NECA, I also have Playmates figures and, like, Bandai stuff. But as far as just, like, value and just everything else goes, I absolutely love these figures. They pack a lot into just, you know, a good a decently priced figure, I guess. No, it's not decently priced. Let's be real here, but these are the least expensive S.H. Monster Arts figures you can find. Both of these ranged at around 60 to 70 bucks. So, well, and usually you could find like most S.H. Monster Arts for around like 90 to 100, like kidney price. But these are like the least expensive, so these are a little bit more affordable when it comes to just when like where to buy these and stuff like that. So that's actually like an upside for me because I didn't have to pay very much for these two. Now I did buy these separately. I found this guy first and then I found this guy second. But in terms of just like what you get for your money, it's honestly really good in my opinion. The paint is amazing. There's really no problems with articulation when it comes to parts that are too tight or too loose. I mean, I have a few problems mainly with the end of the tail and Kong's leg, but that's literally about it. Everything else is absolutely fine. Everything else is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend these for just any other collectors out there who are watching this. But yeah, so that is my review on the S.H. Monster Arts Godzilla and Kong, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.